was a little more technical, and I wanted to cover some of that information to try and walk through the steps. So mainly this week we're going to start with setting up a Feedburner account. If you just go to feedburner.com, it'll redirect you to the correct Google page. Using your Gmail or Google account, whatever that is, go ahead and log into this page. And from there you can start creating your account immediately. So in my case, the jfloyd.posterous.com/rss.xml, that should apply to all of the Posterous accounts. So you just copy that and paste it. So I'm just going to call this jfloyd Posterous. So this is the official URL to my site. We'll need that a couple of times, so just keep this page up. Analytics. So if you just go to analytics.google.com, you can click on sign in. And using your same Google account, just go ahead and sign in there. If you probably don't already have anything here, if you don't, just go up and click on admin, and you can create a new account. And then we'll go ahead and agree to the terms, create an account. Most of the time, if you were going to put this into a typical website, you'd need all of this code, but in the way that Posterous has set this up, it makes it pretty easy. So all we need here is this code right here, which we can either get in this location, or if I just click save here, it'll actually show me on the main page what that account number is. So I'll go back to home. And I'll see this code over here. I can just copy it from there. So from here, I'm already logged into my Posterous account, but I'm going to just go. Now what you'll see down here under Analytics, if you scroll down to the bottom of your page, you'll see Analytics. If you don't see this, then email me, because I figured out after class there's a setting that you can change that will make this easier. But just click on edit right there and then hit add Google Analytics. So I'll just paste what I had just put on the clipboard there, and then here I'm going to just get what I had left on the Feedburner page over here, and all I need is what shows up after Feedburner.com, and paste that. Save settings. And now the analytics is set up. Of the video, we're going to go in and create the Mailchimp integration. If you just go and log in, I'm presuming that you've already set that up, and so just go and log into your account. So we're going to do 3 things in this section. We're going to set Mailchimp up, set Woopra up, and set the ShareThis up, and then go back and integrate those into the Posterous site. So I think the first thing that we'll do there is go to lists and create your new list. I'm just going to call this one Posterous RSS. The default from should be yourself. The reply to, just pick the email address. This is just the email address that any responses to the email campaign are going to go to. This will also be, the default subject line will be any of the
information that's sent out to people that sign up. So thank you for subscribing to my feed. I'm just going to copy this over from RSS subscribers here. You're receiving this email because you subscribe to receive the emails from my blog posts. And then from notifications, just use daily summary and save. Now there's several things that you could do here. You could create a sign up form to embed into your site. I think for the class, what we're going to focus on is just the pre-built sign up forms that Mailchimp gives us, and any of those forms. So when you go to this forms section, you have forms and response emails. You can actually customize every phase. So the way that Mailchimp works, you have an email person will subscribe by email, then they have to go and validate that. So they'll get a thank you page, then they have to confirm that they want to be a part of the list, and it'll go to another thank you page, and then there's a final welcome. So it's a long process. Like I talked about in class, this is really to ensure control over spam. You can also control all of these other looks, and so for any of these other pages. So to change that, if you were interested in changing it, you would just click on the design button. You can go in and change the background colors. You can customize this. It's highly customizable. But and you can go down and just pick color schemes that they already have if you are interested in doing that. So, but for the time being, we'll just kind of leave it at the default there. Go with Mr. Jobs, make it plain Jane. Okay. Instead of actually embedding the form that would have the email address and the ability to do all of that right there, when you go back into your list, you'll see this link up here that says for your website, and it has the embed code, and that's what you would typically put. That would have the form field, you'd enter the email address. But for the purposes of this assignment, let's just do the sign up form link code. And you see a couple of different options down there. Just select the bottom one, sign up for our free newsletter. You can change that if you want. You can say instead of our, you can change that to my. And so that we'll save this page to come back to. In addition to that, I'm gonna control click to create a new tab here for campaigns. And over here, just click on create campaign, and you'll go down to RSS driven campaign. And this is how you actually create your feed. And so we'll just go back and grab the feed from Feedburner. You put the feed URL there, and then you just pick what time you want it to go out. So we can say 8 a.m. Whatever time seems to work. And let's see, go over to recipients. Under recipients, we'll go to Posterous RSS. Just choose send to entire list. In the setup, you'll say this is for your own, the name your campaign is for your own purposes, so just call that and then you'll see the subject line down below, posts from RSS feed for RSS date. Going over to design. And so this just kind of tells what the difference between templates are and campaigns. You can select anything that you want here as far as whether it's a basic layout, a designed layout. You can design your own, obviously. But just, I would pick for now, just pick something that's pre-designed. And just like you did with Posterous, just pick something that you like. Here, I'll pick this one. Now this is, right now it's going to auto-populate, and you can change this out. You can just say, you know, whatever you want it to say. What this says right here, RSS post HTML. So that's going to just automatically drop any posts that have been posted on your blog right on there. And so if you're fine with that, then I would just continue on. Let's see. And then this is just going to pull over the plain text version for anybody that can't view the HTML. So the final step you get to, the only reason that this is saying it has 0 recipients right now, you can add yourself to the list however you want to do that. And then just save and exit. So before that will actually begin, you do have to have a subscriber there. But that'll give you a general idea.
Let me go ahead and sign in to ShareThis. Now, within this area, you can just put one button that will actually look like this at the top. If you'd like, we want to go out and set up the Woopra account we've talked about, so that we're going to paste 3 things inside the code and be done. So I'm going to click Get Started. So we're going to enter the site. The correct time zone. We go down here and just pick the basic, free, non-commercial. Okay, so now we have all of the code that we need to add, and we can choose the visitor timeout, whatever I think said to do that for a minute. Stage of this, we're going to add all of the code in now that we know what specifically we're adding. So we're going to start with the ShareThis, and for simplicity's sake, I showed some alternatives in style, but for simplicity's sake, I think it's going to make the most sense just to follow the ShareThis button that they provide for Posterous. So what we're going to do is copy the code, and then if we follow these instructions, it shows us exactly how to get into the editing panel that we're already aware of. And we're going to look for a piece of code that says that has block post locations. And so just go over to the space now, go into edit theme, click on advanced, expand, and we're going to just look for
bracket block colon responses.
Okay, so we're actually just going to go right above this and just paste that code in there. That's the, if I look at the page that's live, it shows the sharing options that are there under this text, so we're just going to put it right there above show list. Now we're going to scroll up just a bit here to this closing tag that says head. So it's it's right below the style. So we're going to open up a little bit of space right there. And that's where we're going to post in the Woopra code. So paste that in there. And then finally, what we're going to do is look for a place on the site that we want to put the subscription link or the subscription form. this is an indication of what it looks like if we just paste that code in without doing any styling. So I think what's going to be a more simple way to handle this, just to figure out where do we want to put this. I'm going to put my subscription link right under my name, maybe under this picture if I can figure out where that is. If you use something like Google Chrome, you can figure these things out. If you go down and hit inspect element, it'll kind of show you where that is. But for simplicity's sake, I'm going to look for this space thing. And so in order to get this actual sign up form, you come into your list. And from there it says for your website, you got the sign up for the embed code, which we looked at earlier, sign up for the link code, and I think that's what we're going to do. And so this is actually the link. If you just wanted to share that, that'll get you to the subscription page. This, in each of these, says something slightly different. This one right here says subscribe to our newsletter, sign up for our free newsletter, or sign up for our free newsletter in a new window. So let's just use that one. We'll copy that code. We'll go over here into Posterous. And so what I liked was sort of beyond space there. So I'm just going to search for capital space and see how many of those that I see. And right here it says author clear. This is the right column, so this is the right area here. If I want to, I've got the picture, so I could go underneath that image if I wanted to. Doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put it right there. And with that, I'm going to save it. Let's see what. So now I see the share this button has appeared over here, and I see the sign up for our free newsletter is over here. If I click on that, then it opens another window with the subscription information on it. And if I click on share this, then it gives me the option to share and how I'm going to share that. So it shows specifically what the link was, creates a shortened URL, and then depending upon how I'm connected, how I'm going to share that. So pretty cool, and I think that should get everything set up. If there's any questions, please let me know.